Welcome to the show. We're going to talk a lot of basketball on this one, beginning with A.W. Hamilton, the coach of the men's team. The guys have to learn your style, and your style is full court for all 40 minutes. Do you feel like the improvements are coming step by step?
Yeah, I think so, Stotts, and I think that obviously our trip was beneficial. You know, we played 3 games in 4 days, and you could see us, we had a different gear the last 10 minutes of that Kennesaw State game. We really did. We just had a little more in our tank, and we were able to open up that lead and beat those guys. So, you know, I think the guys are starting to understand more and understand why we do what we do and why we condition and we lift as hard as we do and we practice as hard as we do. So, you know, and that's exciting as a coach. And we're only 6 games in. We got a long way to go, but the guys they're having fun.
You mentioned the 3 games in 4 days in the Paradise Jam. You began with Kansas State, a top 12 team, and were down only 6 with about 15 minutes to go before they had a little run. And then Northern Iowa, a great comeback, and had a chance to take the lead at the end, and then the Kennesaw State game where you dominated. What did you get most out of that tournament?
I thought Kansas State, we come out, and the thing I was disappointed is the guys they weren't sure we belonged in the game. And then we kind of hung around in the first half and really had our chances to make a push, and then they opened up with a 9-point lead at halftime. And then in the second half, we just didn't handle adversity. That 15-minute mark when they went on that 12-0 run, it was like we fell apart. You know, but then the next game, we handled adversity against a Northern Iowa team that's a good team. You know, they got a really good point guard. It was hard to turn over. It was hard to rattle him. And we get down 17, but that 17, we erased that like in minutes. And the guys believed. And then, you know, listen, we're a layup away. You know, I wish we didn't get down 17. It's a thing we got to learn how to not put ourselves in that position. But gosh, Lachlan gets a great steal. He rakes down at a ball. We pick it up, and we're racing down the court with 40 seconds to go. And Peyton misses a layup that, you know, it's a 95% shot for him. You know, so that was good. We learned.
Speaking of Lachlan Anderson Jr. getting his chance, averaging almost 10.6 rebounds a game, he's come from nowhere and really made himself an important part of this team.
He's an awesome teammate. Whether he plays 5 minutes or he starts a game, plays 25 minutes, 30 minutes, kid loves EKU, loves being on the team, loves being part of what we're doing. So he deserves to start. He does. He just brings so much, you know, to us. Like even the game he starts against Northern Iowa, he didn't play well, not until the end, you know, and I end up playing Trey King a little bit more. But if you noticed our bench, and I know you watched, you know, Lachlan's up cheering and getting the guys going. He's just an awesome kid. I'm happy for him.
The tough schedule continues. Tennessee this week, and then you've got Xavier and Duquesne, and then you start the OVC in early January with the top 3 teams in the first 4 all on the road. You're just going to have to look at it as a learning curve that will help you, and I know you've done that so far.
Yeah, no, we're taking it one game at a time. But we, you know, since we've been back, Stottsy, we've been able to get back to practicing and lifting weights and kind of get back into a normal routine, and it's helping us. You know, I'm excited about our game tomorrow night. You know, obviously we play the 6th-ranked team in the country, but, you know, I think we got to learn from what, you know, the mistakes we made in Kansas State. Like, we belong in the game. We can play. You know, our guys, you know, I want them to just play loose and play with confidence, you know. So, but our schedules, it's helping us.
Shooting is still in the low 40s, from 3 in the low 30s. I know you think that can improve. How do you improve it? What needs to be done?
Just got to keep getting reps. That's the only thing I know, unless you know a shot doctor we can hire to come over and help us. But we just got to keep getting reps. We've got up a bunch of shots the last couple of days. We've had to get back to what we did a lot in the preseason, going 2-a-days, and with our 2-a-days, just getting in the gym for 30 minutes in small groups and doing a lot of shooting. We got guys who can really make shots. They just hadn't went in yet. You know, like Peyton's a guy that, you know, he's going to shoot high 30s, low 40s from the 3. And I stand by Tay Weaver. I think he is too. And obviously, you know, Nick and we know Lachlan. And, you know, just got to get some other guys to make some shots too.
And it's good to get Jaquez Hobbs back off the foot injury.
You know, we played 4 games without him. And Hobbs is such an important piece because he brings so much. He can pass. You know, he can defend. You know, he's such a great teammate. He's a steady guard. I mean, he's a guy that had 83 assists and only like 30 turnovers last year. We need him.
All right, good luck as we continue to run the gauntlet.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. That's A.W. Hamilton. Here's what's ahead for the Colonels. You may catch the show before this happens. Maybe you won't, but it's Tennessee at 6:30 on Wednesday. We'll have the coverage at 100.7 FM and streamed live at EKUsports.com, also on the SEC Network. Then the Colonels to High Point, coached now by Tubby Smith, 2 o'clock Saturday. Then EKU gets back home for a pair of games next week as they will play South Carolina Upstate on Wednesday, December 5th at 7:30, followed by Northern Kentucky, an in-state battle on Saturday, December 8th with a 6 o'clock tip-off. And when we come back, Coach Hamilton mentioned Peyton Broughton. We'll talk with Peyton after this.
Every day is a concept that few people can commit to. Every day requires a level of dedication that forces you to test your limits.
Every day I'll give back to the community because I draw strength from their support. Every day the sounds of your cheers will echo through my mind. Knowing that you have my back means I can always look forward.
Every day I'll be too tired to sweat and my bones will ache. Every day will provide me with the slight edge that I need to succeed. Champions are built every day.
Let's meet sophomore guard Peyton Broughton now here on Inside EKU Sports. Peyton, you're playing 28 minutes a game right now, so compared to last year and then the way you play, pace of play this year, you have to be in shape.
Oh yeah, definitely in shape. Probably the best shape I've ever been in my life. You know, coach has us running a lot, and when we're playing the games, we're playing fast, so we're getting up and down. Definitely in good shape right now.
I would think this would be the kind of style that basketball players would love to play.
Oh, it's a player's dream. You know, run fast, shoot threes. You know, it's fun, really fun.
You have that coaching transition. How was it for you and the rest of the guys? I'm sure trepidation at the beginning, but things are working out.
Oh yeah, things are good. Coach Hamilton's style is different than what we done last year, but it's for the good. I enjoy it. It took us a little time to get used to it, but overall it's really good and I enjoy it.
You come from London, so you played at North Laurel High School, had an average of over 30 points, about 8.5 rebounds a game, but you were a driver in high school, so it's been a transition for the style of play that you play as well and your role on the team.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, high school you'll get the occasional big guy, and now every night's a 6'8", 6'9", 7-footer. So, yeah, it's definitely different. You know, got to expand your game and shoot from the outside.
Perhaps your best game in your 2 years at EKU was against Kennesaw State in the Paradise Jam. You had 13 points, 3 assists, 5 steals. Those 5 steals equal with several other players the top steal game in the OVC. But you told me after the game that you were most proud about your defense.
Yeah, you know, that's something the coach has been working on me with. You know, I take pride in it. You know, it's an effort thing. So, you know, I enjoyed that. You know, the points, you know, they're good, but, you know, buckling down and getting stops, playing defense, taking charges, you know, that means something to me.
The schedule is not easy. It has not been easy. Marshall, Kansas State, and Tennessee on Wednesday, and then you play Xavier and Duquesne, and you start the OVC with Belmont, Austin Peay, and Murray State all on the road, top 3 teams preseason. The schedule is going to toughen you up and has toughened you up as a team.
Oh, yeah. You know, I think we're learning a lot about ourselves and this team. You know, the schedule is only going to make us better, so, you know, it's going to pay off for us down the road.
Student athlete, you always have to focus on academics as well as your on-court game. You're an accounting major, so what's your goal post-college?
We'll see where it takes me. I've not really thought too much about it right now, but probably a CPA or something like that. But yeah, definitely hitting the books right now hard with finals coming up, so we'll see.
Finally, this team, you've got a mixture of returners like you and Lachlan Anderson, Nick Mayo, and others, and then you've got some new guys that mix in. Being around this team, it seems like it's a team that gets along together and still learning to play together as well.
Oh, yeah. You know, like you said, half new team, half returners. You know, coming in with all the new guys, they didn't really know how we done stuff and everything, and especially with the new coach. So, we're all learning together. We're getting used to each other. The Costa Rica trip this summer helped a lot with our team chemistry. I think we're still learning about ourselves and each other, and I think it's getting better every day, every practice and every game.
All right, good luck in your finals. Number one, good luck on the court as well.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, that is Peyton Broughton, a sophomore guard on the EKU basketball team. We'll stay here on the theme of basketball, and we'll talk with Madison Pierce, a senior on the women's team, when we return after this.
At Eastern Kentucky University, we recognize greatness starts in the classroom, but it doesn't end there. You have to get hands-on, get real-world experience, and discover who you are meant to be. Be a rising star. Be a hero. Be a colonel. See what you can be. Visit go.eku.edu/colonel.
Take it from me, quitting tobacco isn't easy. It can take several attempts before you can finally quit for good. So if at first you don't succeed, quit. Quit again. And remember, even though quitting is hard, you don't have to do it alone. Quit Now Kentucky is with you every step of the way. For free help quitting tobacco, text QUIT KY to 797979 or go to quitnowkentucky.org.
Welcome back to the show. We switch from men's to women's basketball now, and a senior forward, Madison Pierce, joins us. Madison, you personally have had to fight back from an ACL injury late last year that knocked you out at the end of the season, and I know coming back this season, they're working you in. How's it gone so far in your recovery?
It's going really well. It's been challenging, but nothing we can't handle. My training's been great. My coach has been working with us, so I'm just excited to be back out there on the floor now. So, yes, sir.
Did you feel like there was some atrophy from the injury as far as your basketball skills, that you've had to kind of not relearn basketball, but just kind of get back into full-time playing mode?
Yeah, there's definitely I kind of had to, relearn what is my role going to be, how am I going to play. I was like a fast player. I'm still pretty fast, but, I had to relearn how was I going to approach this next season and what my role was going to be. So, there's some learning curve to that. Yes, sir.
After 2 years in community college, you come to Division I, so there's that transition. Do you feel like now in year 2 that things are different? You know what Division I women's basketball is all about?
Yes, sir. I think my junior college definitely prepared me very well for this opportunity, and coming in my senior year 2, I'm so excited. We're ready to go. Working hard this season. So.
You had a trip to the I'm going to get it right, the Junkanoo Jam down in Bimini, the Bahamas. That was a great trip, but you played back-to-back against 2 Power 5 teams in Florida State and West Virginia, so it was quite a challenge.
Yeah, it was quite a challenge, but it was a great tournament. We really found a lot about ourselves. The first game against FSU, we have never played like that before. We played so well together, team ball, moved it well, shot the ball well. It was a really good game, and then we had to turn around the next day and play another top 10 team, West Virginia, and it was a little tough back-to-back, but definitely a good challenge for us to see where we're at this season. So.
Well, you look at you and Abby Wright among the seniors, about only 3 seniors playing this year, so you've got to be leaders. Has Coach talked to you about that, and does it feel like a different role for you?
Yes, sir. We, there's only a few of us that are seniors, and we're just trying to make the most of it and just really instill in the younger ones. They're working really hard, but just making the most out of the season with no regrets. So we're working hard, continuing to grow each day. So we're really enjoying this role.
After the basketball eligibility runs out, there's life, and I know you're a business major according to your bio. What's your future post-basketball once you get your degree?
I am excited. I'm possibly going to go back home to Alabama and work on getting my master's, and then go into event coordinating of some fashion. So I'm really excited to step into that new phase. But first, we've got to take care of business here.
Right.
So.
What's it mean to be a colonel?
Oh, I love it. The family, the support system, the team, my teammates, they're family. So to me, it's a home away from home.
Good luck the rest of the year. I know a few home games coming up. I know you can't wait to get back at Alumni Coliseum.
Yes, sir. Can't wait.
All right, thanks, Madison. Madison Pierce with the women's basketball team. They're on the road, a couple of games against Mid-American Conference schools, Western Michigan and Akron. And then the home schedule returns 5 p.m. Wednesday, December 5th against Kentucky Christian. And then a Sunday tip-off at 2 o'clock on December 9th against George Mason. When we come back, we'll talk to a cross-country legend and look at how the cross-country team did in the Nationals.
We are more than just athletes. We inspire scholars. We inspire leaders. We inspire champions. We inspire family. This is the Ohio Valley Conference.
Rick Erdmann goes into the EKU Athletics Hall of Fame this season. You retire and you're in the Hall of Fame. Well-deserved, Rick. 39 seasons as both the cross-country and track and field coach for the men and women. It's a long, successful run. I know you're still kind of helping out, but man, it goes fast, doesn't it?
Goes very fast. Yes, it does. I came in '79 as the men's coach, and I inherited the women's program in the mid-'80s, and but it's going very rapidly.
You know, we talked about it in the past. You coached football and basketball, kind of played around with those sports growing up. You really didn't start as a track athlete yourself.
No, I actually grew up in Western Pennsylvania, and football was actually the only sport anybody played. We didn't have baseball or anything like that, basketball and football, but I played football, and then I got into track in college, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. And
one of your athletes, Nicole Gibson, was inducted in the same class. That's got to be the special honor to see the student athletes then go on to great, successful careers be honored as well.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. To watch their academic performance in athletics, and then that aspect as they develop and leave Eastern. And there many situations happen, but you've helped them with that experience and sort of given them some goals and objectives and that kind of thing. Yeah, Nicole was, I think she went to Seneca High School in Louisville and was an outstanding athlete, and is a policeman in Lexington.
You've coached 73 teams to OVC titles. Any of them stand out as the one that you'll always remember that was a special moment?
Yeah, they're through the years, although it's at this point, it's, we've had some, very successful track teams in the 80s, and the women were in the top 15 in the country, and of course our men's teams in cross country, and then there was one group of, I think we went a number of years winning the OVC in cross country consecutively, and that was sort of neat, where one group put the pressure on the next group, and we're very competitive through that whole time period.
And then the outdoor track and field title right before you retired, you had never had a championship in that event, and to get that had to be special.
Yeah, no, that was an event that we pursued. We won some in the women, but we weren't well-rounded enough, and not having, an indoor facility to pole vault and do some of those things. We tried to just concentrate in the other areas, but when outdoor track, we had less chance of winning than indoor track because there were more events and you had the more expanded team.
The Board of Regents over the summer after you retired named you Coach Emeritus, an honor. What does that mean to you?
Well, that's I'm very appreciative, and I still help out. My son's the head coach, and I've actually been helping out quite a bit. And one of our assistant coaches, Megan Lavoie, recently got to Virginia. She's the head women's cross country coach at the University of Virginia, and we're still in the process of trying to get another person to fill that position.
Rick, when you look back at your time at EKU, I bet when you came 39 years ago, you had no idea you'd be here for 4 decades. What's it meant to you?
It's been I appreciate the opportunity, and I'm very appreciative to, some of the people, the administrators we've had and that kind of thing, and I've enjoyed it.
If there was ever somebody to be inducted into the Hall of Fame as a no-brainer, there were 2, Roy Kidd and you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Rick Erdmann, now in the EKU Athletics Hall of Fame. Congratulations in order to the EKU men's cross-country team. It finished 16th in the NCAA Nationals up in Madison, Wisconsin this month. It's Eastern's second highest finish ever, and freshman James Sugira led the Colonel Runners, finishing 14th out of 252 competitors in snowy conditions on the 10K course. Of course, you can always keep up with EKU athletics by liking and following our social media platforms at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. That does it for another edition of Inside EKU Sports. We'll see you again next week. And as always, go Big E.